Hello and welcome back to Reading with Mo. I know it has been a while, but I am glad to be here back with you guys. And as you can see, a new setup. I'm in a new filming location because I have moved to Florida. Finally got my bookshelves together and I'm really excited to share those with you guys today. Don't worry, I will be having a whole update video coming for you guys very shortly on why I kind of just disappeared for a long time, and I'm really am just looking forward to sharing with you guys my reviews of all the books that I've read so far this year. So keep on the lookout. That should be coming out in the next week or so. But for today, let's just get straight into my new bookshelves here. I'm so excited to share them with you guys. I recently moved into this condo and I was debating for a while what exactly kind of shelves I wanted to do. My dream shelves obviously are some built-in bookshelves, like give me Beauty and the Beast vibes. But for now, I just need something that was quick, easy, and pretty affordable. I researched for many hours online to find what I wanted to do as far as book storage here. And this is the solution that I came up with. I found these shelves originally on nathanjames.com, which is a really nice furniture website, but their stuff is a little bit out of my budget and what I wanted to spend. So I was able to be lucky enough to research and find a dupe, and these shelves were a fraction of the price. So I'll leave a link to them down below in case anyone is interested in picking up some of these shelves yourselves. I used 3 of the units to make up what I have here now, and I just really love them. They're very easy to install. They're very sturdy. I've had them up now for about 5 months, and yeah, it was really just easy to put them up. So I feel like anyone can feel like these are accessible to you. Before I get into a little bit more of an in-depth tour, which I'm not going to show you guys every single book on my shelves, but I will go through each shelf and give kind of a general overview. You can probably see over here a video that's been playing. This is how I actually put up the shelves with my husband, and I just pulled everything back off because when we put the books on the shelves, we just threw everything on. There was no rhyme or reason, just everything came out of moving boxes and went straight onto the shelves. I've been looking forward to organizing them for so long, and I finally have the time, so I'm really excited to share that with you guys. Without any further ado, let's go straight into filling these shelves up with some books. So this is the room to start off with. In all of its chaos, I pulled off all the books on my bookshelves. Currently right now I am at, I forget the exact number, but a little over 300 books. So as you can see here, it's quite a mess. I have some decor pieces that I'm going to be adding onto the shelves as well. And there's just a whole bunch of stacks of books. So I kind of separate them. So the ones here are books I haven't read. And then over to the left, these are all books that I have read. And I've mixed them, or sorted them out by genre. And then these are all my little trinkets and things that I plan on putting on the shelves. These are some more books. I've read all of these ones, but these books are all ones that are part of series. And then on the very bottom here are just some art supplies that I'm storing here for now. First up, I wanted to give the shelves a nice clean before I put all the books back on. They've kind of just been sitting here collecting dust for about 5 months, so I figured now is a perfect time to get a head start on this. Eventually, this is just the first step in getting this whole room together. Eventually, this is going to be a really cool library office setup. I'm actually currently shopping right now for the perfect reading chair to put in the corner. I'm pretty sure I found the one I want at Ashley Furniture, but I'm gonna go back and look again just before I take the plunge and make that purchase. But yeah, this will be a shared office space with my husband eventually. Now, how cool are these vintage typewriters? I actually found these in my in-laws' garage the other day, and so I'm just borrowing them until they want them back. But isn't this so cute? The color is this nice little turquoise green color. I don't even know if these work honestly, but I feel like my project one of these days is going to be seeing if they work, and then that'll be best if they can be functional and decorative, but for now they're just going to be decorative. Even if I can't get them to work, I still will just keep them on my shelves for aesthetics. Now for the hard part, actually putting the books on the shelves. I didn't really go in with much of a game plan. I knew I wanted that far left shelf to be all my to be read books, and then for the right two to be books that I have read. But other than that, I just kind of was playing Tetris and figuring it out as I went. The first things I placed on my shelf, you could see I was doing the cloth-bound classics, and I decided I wanted the bottom shelves, mostly the bottom 2 shelves, to be my books that are parts of series, And then I have my Anne of Green Gables that went up, and I kind of started placing the little decor items here and there, trying to get an idea of where I may want to place them. But yeah, this was just a lot of really time just messing around. The goal is to eventually decrease the amount of space that my TBR takes right now. Right now it's taking up about 1/3 of my shelves, but the goal is eventually for that to be much smaller. And now we have a time jump because I had to go to a brunch with the girls, and so as you can see, I have an outfit change as well. Now this is me back from the brunch and taking a look at the things. I kind of worked on this a little bit off camera before I left, and now I'm just kind of like taking stock of where everything's at, seeing what I might want to start placing. I definitely have a lot more books, and I got interrupted for a moment by my husband, but we'll just cut because you guys do not want to see him coming out of the shower. So next up, I'm just trying to figure out, like, I think I've, at this point, all of the books that I have read on the shelves, and I'm trying to now kind of decide how I want to organize all of the books that I haven't read. And yeah, I've got mostly everything here now. Now I was realizing that I was going to run out of space the way that I have everything organized, and I was going to have to figure out some better way to fit some more books onto the shelves, like doing a little bit more shuffling. That shelf in the middle that has all the sprayed edges was one that was definitely my favorite. Yeah, and now this is the point where I'm definitely realizing that I've messed up. I am trying to calculate in my mind what I'm going to do to like reshuffle stuff around, because like that set I'm holding is like one I definitely want on display, and I'm not exactly sure where the heck I'm going to put it. So yeah, these were all the books I was left with that I had to somehow Jenga onto the shelves, as well as those I forgot I had that whole other pile over there. But then I decided to take a break and show you guys these. They're so cute. They're little book coasters, and I can't wait to use these to set my drinks on. I got these from Once Upon a Book Club, and they're just so cute, and I want to display them on my shelves somewhere. Where exactly? I don't know. I ended up finding a spot, but I'm not totally sold on where I put them. To be honest, I'm not even sure I'm totally sold with how the books are on display right now. I'm happy with it, but I don't know. Something to me just feels like it's missing. What exactly? I don't know, but I am happy with the books. They'll stay this way for now. And maybe sometime at the beginning of 2026, I will go ahead and do kind of like a refresh. Okay, starting with the shelf on the upper left corner here, we have a mashup of books. So on the far left, we have some like art books and books like that. And then in the stack of books behind the camera are all classics. Definitely the standout book on this shelf are my Juniper book collection of the Toni Morrison books. I read about half of these, half of them I haven't. And then to the right, we have some of my most well-loved hardbacks, and these all kind of fall in the general fiction, slightly historical fiction, some of these. On this shelf, we have classics, and as decoration here, I have like a little water spritzer on the left. Oh, also, this shelf also features my little book lamp. I got this here from Target recently, and I love it. And we have a shell that I collected from my honeymoon. And so yeah, we have just a whole range of beautiful classics here, and I have my Beauty and the Beast edition facing out from Mina Lima, but these are all really beautiful classics that I've enjoyed and read. This shelf is definitely one of my favorites. So we have one of my typewriters set up here with a little fake plant next to my Anne of Green Gables collection, which this series here, the one that has the, like, I think it's not all the series. I think 1 or 2 books are missing from it, but this set that you see in the middle is from Juniper Books, and they just produce some really beautiful sets. And so I had to pick this one up, as well as a few different Anne of Green Gables ones. And I just really love these. Like, we have landscapes of Anne of Green Gables. This book just makes me want to visit Canada so badly so I can go tour those areas. We have like an annotated Anne of Green Gables. One of my old coworkers gave me this one, which is like the little like mementos that come with it. I haven't read from this edition yet, but it will be the next, whenever I reread Anne of Green Gables, it'll definitely be this edition. We have Marilla of Green Gables. We have like the graphic novel. This is my very first edition that I've read a billion times when I was a kid. It's so beat up, but it's very sentimental. I'll never get rid of it. And then we have this one, which I purchased online, but it's from the Anne of Green Gables store in Canada. And then these are some pressed flowers from my bridal shower. Next up on this shelf, we have a collection of nonfiction books. And I also have this little Nike shoe candle as decor. So what kind of order do I have this in is kind of like memoirs-ish, true crime-ish books. These are kind of more like recently set nonfiction books. And then they kind of move on to, we have some like British Regency type books here. And then like pop culture books, you know, I love The Office and Stranger Things, so I picked up those. Then we have books about books, which are obviously a very well-loved topic of mine. A few that stand out to me for sure is Dear Reader. Really enjoyed this one. I really want to just reread all of these, to be honest. It's hard to even single out which ones I like best. The Art of Reading, I didn't really actually enjoy that much, but what I kind of want to do is maybe at some point in the future try to create some artworks that are kind of inspired by some of the books, some of the paintings that are in this book. And then we have some other nonfiction books as well, kind of more into Black history. And that continues a little bit onto the next shelf over here and overflows. The bottom 3 shelves here are all books that are part of series. So we'll start with this one. And some of these are like partially, like all of these ones over here are books I've only read like the first 1 or 2 in the series. And I'm currently working on them. I just don't have the next books in the series, or they just aren't released yet. Like this one I think isn't released yet. All the rest are out. I'm just taking my time. And then we have Emily Wilde series. I'm gonna finish the 3rd one hopefully this month or next month. Then we have the Hunger Games series. I really love these editions, and I'm currently reading the prequel, not the Ballad of Songbirds and Snakes, but the other one that just came out around, what's it called? Oh, Sunrise on the Reaping, and loving that. I just pre-ordered a really beautiful special edition, so I'm not going to have that for my shelves until November, and then I'm going to have to rearrange this shelf so that I can fit it in this spot. Then we have this beautiful, beautiful, beautiful box set of the 5th season series by N.K. Jemisin. Oh, these are just so beautiful. I can't wait to reread the series in these editions. And we have Octavia Butler's Parable of the Talent series. And then, I don't remember what the name of this series is, but it's by Anne Philip Clarke. And the first one's Blue Like Me. And then these, I don't have the dust jackets on, but they're the Trials of Morrigan Crow or something like that series. I've only read the first 2. I own the 3rd one. And yeah, Nevermore by Jessica Townsend. Really love these. I don't read a lot of middle grade, but I really enjoy this one. I just want to wait until I think the series is complete before I really dive back into that series. And on this shelf, we have some series as well. Over here, we have Leigh Bardugo, all of the books in the Shadow and Bone trilogy and Six of Crows and stuff. So we have all those here. We have this trilogy I read when I was a teenager. It's Kathy's book, and I really love these. They're so cool in that they have little actual like mementos that go along with the book and little like doodles and scribbles. I wish that more books came out with things like this because I think they're just so cool and unique. Then next to that series, we have the Memoirs of Lady Trent by Marie Brennan. I'm actually pre-ordering a special edition, which is actually going to be a bind up of one of the first volume is going to be 1 through 3, and then 4 through 6 will be the second volume. So eventually I'm going to have that for my shelf. So I'm not sure if I'm going to keep them all individually or if I'll just keep like the bind ups of them, but I am looking forward to rereading the series. They have the Girl with the Dragon Tattoo series I'm looking forward to rereading eventually. And then over here we just have a few poetry essay books. I don't really have much because it's not really something that I enjoy, and for the most part these are the only ones I read that I've liked. Everything else I just got rid of. On this bottom shelf here, we have a collection of, on this side, these are all just like older books from my childhood, a few cooking books that I don't have a place for yet. somewhere else in the apartment. And then all these books over here are books that I have read or attempted to read that I don't want to keep on my shelves, but they're down here because I currently have them on sale online, either eBay, Mercari, Depop. I'll try to remember to include a link to those down below. I kind of want to start getting back onto reselling books that I don't want to keep on my shelves anymore. I just haven't really had a lot of time for that the past few months, and I got rid of the majority of my books. These are the only ones I brought that I was still trying to sell. On to the middle section here. Let's start at the top. This top shelf, it seems like these ones are mostly fiction, maybe a few, I guess you could say like historical fiction. Some of my favorites here, I mean, so many, they're so good, but recently I read Sweetness in the Skin. I mean, it's so hard. I only really keep books that I really like. There's a few of these that I feel like I would like to reread to see if I do want to still keep them on my shelves. I guess if I were to say, I don't know, with The Deception, Sabrina and Karina, Everything I Never Told You, and Painted Black, I know for sure I want to reread those to see if I want to still keep them on my shelves. And then here's just some more paperback books that fall in the historical fiction / contemporary fiction genre. This one I'll be talking about recently because I read this one on my honeymoon as well as this one. These are both two books I picked up recently, and I actually read them immediately, which is so rare. This is, I lied. Why I said my Anne of Green Gables shelf was my favorite shelf. I think it's tied with my Sprayed Edges shelf. This is just a beautiful collection of books. I've read most of these. I can't even tell you which ones I would single out are my favorites, but my most recent purchased one, I think is, oh, it's going to be hard to say either. I think it was the third book in the Emily Wilde series. I don't even remember who published this one. Maybe it was like Fairy Lou or something. And then this edition, so beautiful, of Phantom of the Opera. I cannot wait to reread that. I may have a couple other Sprayed Edges throughout my shelves that I just missed that also probably should go on this shelf. Maybe I'll do like one day a special edition or Sprayed Edges tour. And this shelf is mostly Penguin cloth bound books, and these are all ones that I've read. And then I have some Isabel Allende books, which I really enjoy hers. I've read these 4, and I have a few others on my TBR still. On this shelf, we have, starting on the left side, nonfiction, kind of going from Black history into Greek mythology. And then I have these really cute, I think I showed a video of these a little bit close up before, maybe already in this video, but they're little coasters that look like books. And then on this side is my small but mighty science fiction fantasy collection. We have 2 books of Game of Thrones series that are the first 2. These are from Folio Society. I would really love the rest, but they are very pricey. So at some later date, I will collect the rest of the edition if the series is even finished ever. Also, a highlight of my shelves is Kindred, one of my favorite books, and I really love this Folio Society edition. This shelf contains all of my young adult books that I've read, and I don't really read a lot lately, but there's some that I really do enjoy, and these are all ones that I really enjoyed and that I would love to reread eventually. This whole shelf is pretty easy to sum up. They're all by Robin Hobb. I have all 16 books in the Realm of the Elderling series. I do not plan on rereading this again anytime soon, but I know that eventually I'm going to want to. Will I ever reread the whole thing from the beginning? I don't know, but I know for sure I want to reread the first 3. Then on this bottom shelf, we have a mix of different like notebooks, sketchbooks, and some of my art supplies. I like my stamp collection is in here, and then my Copic markers are in here. And lastly, onto my TBR shelves. These are all the books that I have not read. Currently, I have like 111, I think. So at the top here, we have a couple of vases, some really beautiful special editions of classics, some other books as well. These are mostly classics with a few other books sprinkled in, and then my paintbrushes are up here. We have another beautiful vase. Both of my vases are from Jonathan Adler. I really love his vases. And then we have just a mix of other books that are on my TBR. I'm not going to go through all of these, but you can see the spines there. These 2 books I purchased on my honeymoon. I haven't opened them yet. I'm really excited. I'll do probably a video featuring the books that I purchased when I was on my trip and I'll open those then. I just really love the packaging and the wrapping, so I haven't wanted to open them yet. On this shelf, we have my cloth bounds that I haven't gotten a chance to read yet. As you can see, they're mostly the chunky ones that are scary to me. And then we have a few Jane Austen and related books here. I should probably put the memoir actually on over that I have on the shelf over there, but I don't think there's room. And then we have just more classics here. I have this really cute little book vase that I use to hold, this was like a flower, I think, from my bridal shower, and then that I pressed. And then we have like just a whole bunch of bookmarks. One of my friends got me this one. It's really cute. Actually, two of these, if you can show you guys, aren't these like super cute? You just stick them in the corner. I need to actually use these instead of like the random pieces of paper that I've been using lately. And then we have my whole Zora Neale Hurston collection. I've read 2 of the books so far, and they're over on other parts of the shelf, so I have a lot to make my way through still. On this shelf, we have my favorite vase of all. This is so beautiful, and it definitely has a very position that I'm very proud of on this shelf. And then over here, we just have some nonfiction books, and some other random books, and I have some more like Greek mythology books on the far right. You can see the other typewriter here on this side, which is a really cute color. I really hope these work. And then some more TBR books. And then I have the Lego bookshelf set. I have not put it together yet, but me and my husband plan to one day. I just have not had time yet, but one night we'll set it up and it'll be very cozy and fun. Here is the last bookshelf. And this, see, I knew I was missing. This is also, should be on the sprayed edge shelf, but I'm planning on reading that in like the next month or 2, so I'll just leave it there. So yeah, these are the last of the books that I have not read. And then the bottom shelf is just more art supplies that are in these little white like wooden crates. I almost forgot to show off this really cool reading lamp that I have. This is like the only place on my shelves that I could actually fit this. I picked this up at Target. This was definitely an Instagram influenced me purchase, and I just love it. I love that it has all the different colors that you can switch it to. It really just changes up the whole vibe of the room. I definitely not going to regret this purchase. It was really cool. Well, that finishes up the tour today. I hope you guys enjoyed checking out my bookshelves. I'm really excited to get to them soon. If you see any books that you think I should prioritize soon, let me know. And don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, all that good stuff. I'm super excited to be back here making bookish content, and check out my Bookstagram as well. Maybe I'm gonna make a book talk. I'm not sure. I'm like kind of on the fence with it, but I'm thinking about jumping into that space. So I will see you guys around somewhere. Okay, bye.